And now to a problem schools have been grappling with for more than a decade.
How to deal with cell phones in the classroom, a controversial topic that many feel strongly about, whether or not kids should even have a phone in schools in the first place, and what age is appropriate.
Earlier this year, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders weighed in, announcing a new pilot program to make schools phone-free. If schools join, they would get funding for cell phone pouches. Each student would get one at the start of the day where they can put their phone in. The grant program will also provide funding for telehealth mental health services.
So the state education department says about 180 public school districts have signed up for the pilot program. As we approach holiday break, the question now, has it been effective or even receptive? Tonight, THV 11's Rebecca Brown talks with the Russellville School District to hear how they're working to say goodbye to notifications and hello to concentration.
In the fight for students' attention, a new tool is giving schools the upper hand.
Well, we've always been a phone-free campus, but this year, now that the pouches gave us another layer of support there.
Educators adjusting to a generational shift that all started with cell phones.
We're an information-driven, social media-driven, phone-driven society, and for a lot of people, they can handle that. And for a lot of adolescents, especially at the junior high and the high school level, it's too much.
Nick Mounts is the principal at Russellville High School. Matt Korsmeyer is the principal at the junior high. Both are leading their schools in a new program that requires students to put away the phones in a locked pouch.
We have almost 1,300 10th through 12th grade students, and we have obviously a pouch for every one of them.
And they're not alone. Over the summer, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders launched a pilot program as a way to deal with what she calls a youth mental health crisis. Through the initiative, schools across the state can receive grant money to buy pouches for students to put their phones up when class is in session. A few weeks in, Mounts and Korsmeyer, they're already seeing a difference.
When they come into the classroom, they know they need to pouch their phones, and so they've done remarkably well. They really have.
Of course, there are a few who are have questioned it, and we've given them answers, and we've given the rationale behind it. That everything we do is to direct their attention back to their learning.
The state pays for the pouches, but it's the schools that come up with how to implement them. With every policy comes consequences for not following it. In Russellville, students will have to pay $30 to replace a pouch if it's damaged or lost, and repeated offenses can land them in in-school suspension.
It does cost money. It's like their computers. If they destroy their computer, they lose a computer. We've got to have some sort of reimbursement for that, or however to get that back.
While there are some parents who feel that the policy is too strict, school officials say there are a lot who understand.
Yesterday was our very first damaged pouch, and notified the parent. The parent was very receptive to that, understood that it is school property at this point, and their student has been charged with taking care of that.
Mounts and Korsmeyer know it's been an adjustment for everyone involved, and will continue to look at the program throughout the year.
We'll talk about the pros and the cons, what's worked and what hasn't worked, and we'll make changes going forward based on that data.
But they say the challenges are worth it, knowing how students are already responding to the change.
As a whole, I mean, our number of referrals have gone down already, and so I see more engagement in our classroom going on as well.
It's nice just seeing kids' faces in the lunchroom and in the hallway when they're not on a device, and just giving them that freedom to, it's okay not to know everything that's going on in the world around us.
In Russellville, Rebecca Brown, THV 11 News.